And I started learning the truth. And I became empowered. You talking to a woman that was 22 with 6 children and had lost my children. I had lost my home. I had just come out of this domestic violence relationship. I was pretty banged up, mentally, physically, virtually. I was pretty beat up. But I grabbed onto something that was positive. And that positive and the positive empowered me. And it gave me a feeling I never had. And I just, took that, and it just made me a different person. It's like, it just let me know that everything that you've been through, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay, So I felt like I walked through the fires, but it had messed me up. I was messed up very bad, like mentally. Like at the age of 15, 16, my mother stabbed me. I've been through a lot, but by God, I've overcame the fires. I've overcame things, and I didn't go through it for nothing. If I use it for a positive, if I use it to help others, if I use it for a blessing, it is never in vain. If I can do it, I know. If nobody ever been in a domestic violence relationship, you can't tell that woman because you've never been there.
Exactly.
And so you would just think she's crazy or you're crazy. It's not like that. It's more than meet the eye. It is deeper than people know. And just last year I heard this little girl that I used to babysit, but she was with her aunt down here in Charlotte. Her mother got killed by the hand of her boyfriend. And that was like, whoa, that was woke something up in me. I'm like, no. I want to be the host for the women that did make and women that can possibly be in the grave. I cannot not say nothing. God told me, talk about everything that I delivered you from, including domestic violence. Because being at the hands of somebody who wants to kill you, so many times, it's like, what's going to happen one day. You just don't know when. If you're afraid, what are you afraid of? Afraid of so many things you can put on. But no, that's how you make peace. I was saying, I'm proud of you because you make peace with the head because sometimes you don't. So, in order to move on, when you make that, like this woman that to me, she never done that, vice versa. No, but do and I cannot go with this on my mind. I need to make peace with this. I need to make this right. Because the people that are in this, they're making this true. I commend you because you're great. And I faced my past when he came out of prison and he wanted to see our daughter. I faced that because that choked me, that beat me, that broke bones, and I had to let him see our daughter. That wasn't easy.
Right.
But I had to make peace with that. Like, your life, if you're old enough and you want to see your dad, and okay, I'm not going to come between that because what happened with us, it was us. I do that to you. If you want, who am I to neglect you from seeing your dad? Who am I? That would be wrong. But you understand, so you did wonderful. You did what you had to do.
I appreciate that. And I drove through Charlotte. Now, mind you, I was in Charlotte. And you in Charlotte. Listen, I forget the name of the road that I was on. But that won't be the last time I'll be in Charlotte. When I'm there, I will come by to see you, Miss Paris.
Please do.
I sure will. The blessing of this weekend for me, it was not in my intentions. It wasn't. It was just me going down to the conference and coming back home. But in my gut, and we all know who lives inside of us, I had to. There was no way that I was going to pass through Charlotte And mind you, their grandmother stays between two houses. Their two daughters, one in Fayetteville and the other in Charlotte. It just so happened that the mother grandmother was in Charlotte, which was right along I-95. I had to make that stop, no matter about what my feeling was. And although they didn't harm me, and as a matter of fact, their grandmother was like a mother to me, still is. I hold a special place for her in my heart. And so that I was not going to keep my children from their grandmother. She's 88 years old. Listen, she's looking at a different adventure shortly at some point. So that's super important to know that, you recognize that you had to gravitate to something that was positive. You had to learn about who you were, whose you were, so that you can go ahead and move forward. That was the big lesson for me this weekend. That revisiting my past and things that come up, and mind you, the relationship is not with some of the family members is not great, but I step back into my past so that my future could be much brighter. The end result. I teach my clients and talk to my clients all day long about the end result. Look at the end result. What is it that you want to do? Where do you want to be? What does she look like? That whole thing about your end result. And so you began to do that once you learned who you were. And then positive things came out of that you wanted to see yourself doing certain things. So let's talk about all of the great, juicy, the cherry on top stuff through all of the pain and heartache, not once but twice that you've been through. Then when you had the moment and the ability to sit with yourself and sit with your God and sit with the faith that you have and learn about who you are and all of that stuff, when you came out of all of that, then you stepped into a world of, I am more than enough. My story, my pain is part of my journey. And this is what I'm going to do with my story. So what are you going to do with your story? And how does that shape you right now for the things in the future?
Well, go to shelters and stuff and talk to women, and I want to be an advocate of domestic violence. I'm seriously on. I wrote my book. My book should be out soon. It's called Born in the Game, because I was born a certain lifestyle that some people choose, and it's just talking about my life, but it's talking about the domestic violence too. So when I wrote my book, I had to relive all those painful moments, like literally. But during writing my book, God was healing me. When I thought I was healed, He was still healing me, and I was like, so I tell anybody, like, just talking about it or writing it in a journal or I visit at peace with, okay, this happened, but I lived through it, and now it can fit a purpose.
Let me stop you right there. I tell what you just said is so secret sauce, because that's what I teach my clients, is that although when you're writing, you've got to go back and revisit your past. It doesn't feel good. It's going to bring up some stuff. But what did you say to yourself to get past that hump of, oh my gosh, although I am in, 2018, 2017, whenever you wrote your book, although I'm sitting in this chair right now writing this book, but it feels like I'm back there. It feels like I am right there in the midst of this while I'm writing. What was your help to get over that piece, to continue?
Honestly, the truth was God. I always called on God because I cried so much in that book because I was going to painful places, just so painful, like dark, like I I called on God to help me to finish this book. You want me to write this book, but I need you to help me. I got to go back there. Like, I got to go that far, because the book was supposed to be about, situations, but like God didn't hold nothing back, like details. Like, he wanted me to talk about what was done, how it was done, when it happened. And I got to the place where I said, oh, I'm tired. This is draining me, God. Like,
yes.
I'm going back to these painful places. It is draining me. Like, I don't want to go. But what he reminded me was, it's not about you. Okay? It's not about you. I know you don't. Which is other people that I'm putting on your head. They need this. They need to see what kind of God. Everything they go through is important to me. They need to say, every matter is important to me, and I will get them out of every situation. They need to know about this. So it stopped being about me. And it made it easy about me. Okay. And mind you, when I wrote my book, I did it on this little telephone that I would type on a notepad. Lord. And I was homeless at the time.
What?
I was homeless for yeah.
What?
And I'm like, this ain't the time for me doing this. I don't feel like doing it. But you know what? I wrote it, I finished it, and I felt like I've done what I was supposed to do. It's about, I want to share something with you, sister.
Come on.
God showed me a vision. And in this vision, he said, look behind you, what do you see? I said, I don't see nothing, God. It's dark back there. It's black. He said, you don't even see a road, do you? I said, no. He said, look in front of you. What do you see? I said, I see a road, and I see a light beaming from the sky onto the road. He said, okay, you can stick right here in your pain and not go anywhere. Ain't nothing back there, not even a road. Or you can take that road in front of you. And I looked up at God. I'm tired of all this pain. I'm tired of living in my pain. I said, God, I'm going to walk this road that's in front of me. I don't know what's on this road ahead of me, but I know this light coming from the sky is you. And I know if I walk this walk, I'm going to be all right because you with me. And that is when I start writing my book. That's when I start really ministering on Facebook. That's when I start really doing what I'm supposed to do. Because the devil want to keep you stuck in your mess. But the mess is not to keep you stuck. The mess ain't even meant to kill you. The mess is meant for God to get the glory. For through your success, God gets the glory. Through everything you are prosperous in, he gets the glory. So I had to learn, it ain't about me. It's about God and the people. It's never about me. It's me, but this ain't, when I don't feel like getting up ministering, it ain't about me. It's somebody that need to hear me talk. It's somebody that need to hear my testimony. It's somebody, when I realized when I first started coming out about domestic violence, women was hitting me on my pages. It was an old page. But they were telling me that it was blessing them. I said, wait a minute, something so painful, something so dark and humiliating that it bless other people. All right, well, let me give it to you.
Listen, won't he do it? Our Father, hey, Austin Holmes, how are you? Our Father is funny. He's got a sense of humor. And he's funny because in the midst of your stuff, because I know he said it to me, I need you to go out and do this. I said, do you understand that I'm in a court case? Do you understand that I can't talk for 3 years? Do you understand that people are telling me what to do, that I feel like I'm in abuse again, and you're telling me to do what? I don't have the energy and or the time. Listen, for those of you who have just joined, let me introduce this segment of Life After Domestic Violence. My name is Dorothea Robinson. This is my lovely sis for whom I'm interviewing. Her name is Paris Moser. She has an awesome story. And so right now, we've talked about the pain, not once, but twice that she's been in abusive relationships. And now we're speaking about to the